go. Get ready, please.
So, quadruple sculls again, except this is the schoolboy version. It was the Prince of Wales, which is the really significant club version. So, who have we got on this in this race? Well, crew from America, the Y Quad Cities Club. They're on the left of your screen on the Berkshire station. They had a very successful race yesterday. But on the right, it's the crew from Pangbourne College. Pangbourne College just trained further down the river. And this is going to be a very tough head-to-head race. And I think maybe Pangbourne, the crew on the right of your screen, the Buck station, might have a slight lead. Yeah, that confirms it, Kat. Yeah,
they're both, again, going off fierce, in a fierce pace, quite high rates. But Pangbourne at the moment are certainly moving out. It's looking really powerful. And the test will be how much they can maintain this.
Well, that's a great start, isn't it, for Pangbourne College to have. And normally, I think Pangbourne traditionally a school that have wanted to put a first eight rather than a first quadruple scull, but this is a very strong effort, and against the Y Quad Cities crew from the Midwest, well, we can pick the race up a little bit later down. 3 minutes 23 seconds to Fawley. It's not such a strong headwind, but I think that's probably slightly outside of the course records for this event, but Pangbourne settled into a really nice, strong, good rhythm.
It's great actually to see that strength in the quads. As you mentioned, we often think of Pangbourne as being in the eights events previously, but it shows that sculling and sweep or rowing are now both a priority for schools, universities, clubs, and of course in the British level, where we're seeing fantastic success in the men's team with the quadruple scull there, who are huge role models for guys like this. And we've traditionally seen a lot of sculling success on the women's side as well over the last 10-15 years. So it real shows that there's no longer a priority that one's more cool than the other or one's more fashionable than the other. You know, we do sculling and we do rowing, and our sport is strong for having both of those options.
So, Pangbourne College, look at the draw there in italics, one of the selected crews, and of course they're rowing in a boat with GVR on the side, so that's one of the available quad sculls for top junior rowers, as these four men from Pangbourne College are, and they've really dominated the Y Quad Cities crew from the USA, from the Midwest of the USA, who had that great win yesterday over Kingston. I think this is probably the first race for Pangbourne in this regatta. Selected crew, so they got to race for the first time on Thursday rather than race on Wednesday. Will that have made things easier for them?
I think they'll have been keen to get out there and get a race under their belts, to be honest. And I mean, at the moment, they're not having to go flat out. I mean, you can see that the Americans are putting in a push, and the rate had dropped in Pangbourne, but they're having to make sure they respond to that. They were rating quite a lot lower, and they're now having to make sure they pick up the pace to stay ahead, because the Americans are having a go.
That's great, isn't it, to see that Y Quad City. There's such a feisty crew. They're moving over quite close to the Pangbourne crew, and I think the Pangbourne steersman is going to have to be a little close. That might be, I think Luke Towers or Felix Lamazin steering in that Pangbourne boat, but it's certainly made for a great, rousing finale to this race. As we come up to the finish line, though, it is the Pangbourne College crew who just get that verdict. Well, it's under a length cap.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had dropped their rate a lot, and the good thing is they were able to respond, because sometimes that's quite difficult when you're in a lower rhythm to then really get back into racing it to the finish.